Hey guys, if you have not watched this Clinton Joshua's movie, kindly go and watch this movie. In this movie, you have Silas who lost his dad, and Daniela who also lost his mom, as well as Silas's mother Choma, who is a widow, and the Daniela's dad, Freddie, who also happens to be a widower. This movie is called Love at Dusk. Love at Dusk is a movie showing at Kanayo or Kanayo TV, and trust me, you will enjoy this movie. If you have not watched this movie, please run very fast and go and watch this lovely movie. In this movie, Silas, who happens to live with his mother and the lawyer to, and uh, and is the lawyer to his to his son, as well as Daniela, who happens to live with his dad, who is always helping her to do everything around to make sure that she progress in his career, or she has everything she wants in everything. So happens to be business partner. Daniela happens to be business partner with Silas, who's who lives with his mom, and the two are trying to be business partner, and along the way they found themselves that the parents knew each other, and they were all time friends. So Silas and Daniela, they got together, and their business was successful, whereby Silas wanted her app to be developed, and Daniela wanted her business to be run on the app of Silas. And one day when the deal was signed, Daniela's father decided that if they have signed the agreement, it's better they have dinner together, and they have dinner together in their family, in the Daniela's house, and it happened. So these two, the mother of Silas, Ochoma, and the father of Daniela, Freddie, they had a good time together, and they talked together. Despite that, Choma's mother wanted Silas's mother wanted Silas to acquaint with Daniela from being business partner to another level, but Silas did not see that in Daniela. Always she saw her as a friend or a sister. He never had. But the two, the father of Daniela, Freddie, and the mother of Choma, of Silas, Choma, also they found love in each other. You get me? They found love from to each other, and this was the most amazing thing. You know, sometimes when our parents are taking care of us, or when they lose their partners, they tend to be more into us. How do I explain this? They tend to love us, and they tend to fight so much to see that we have the best in our life, so that we don't think of what we lost, or the other parents we lost, or your mother or your father. So they don't have time to each other. This was the time that the two, Freddie and the Choma, both parents, they found themselves falling in love with each other after their kids acquainted, and after their kids acquainted, and they found out that they found out that they were in love. So in this movie, I learned that these are all elder people, or these are parents, but they lacked something in them because of their dedication to their children. They lacked time to go around finding love again, because they want the best for their children. They want the best for their child. That's why they did not find it so important to have another companion in their life, because of the dedication they gave to their children. And this movie, I found that sometimes we kids, we limit our parents to have happiness. Yeah, we limit our parents to have happiness because we demand for more. And these people, they tend to have limited time, or limited space to find love for themselves. So I looked away when these kids were always going out for trips, for business trips. These two bonded together. Choma's Cyrus' mother and Daniela's father. And when their kids found out, they said it's not impossible. How come that their parents are falling in love with their business partners? This made them annoyed, and they decided to tell them to separate, which was not a good idea. Though sometimes you can understand that business partner plus business partner, if they come together, the public always criticize it because they think that maybe they planned it. This hurt Choma and Freddy, and they decided to separate. Though it was a big decision, the two had to make a tough decision. Daniela was selfish. May I find it that Daniela was selfish in this movie? Because if your father has found love, why do you fight it a lot to see that he doesn't? Yes, he has been taking care of you. He has been a good dad to you. He has been like a mother to you. He has provided so much for you because he loves you. But doesn't mean that if he falls in love with another person or with another woman, that love will go. And you, Silas, you don't have to follow everything. Sometimes we need our parents to be happy. As they want us to be happy, then even us, we have to provide them happiness, not sadness as always. And this time around, you give them, you make them happy, unhappy if you criticize whatever they share or whatever they feel like sharing. I felt good when this young girl Daniela was 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 found, like Choma's Tyler's mother talked sense on her, telling her that she was selfish, because you cannot fight someone's happiness. It's like you are draining the person. If Daniela was not selfish, she could not tell her dad to separate with her mother, with Silas's mother. No, she could not tell Silas to tell her mother not to fall in love with her father. No, sometimes selfishness is not good. And sometimes you have to tell the truth to the person so that he can understand her mistake. But the good thing is that Daniela found out that she was wrong and had to make amends. So the two fall in love. The two decided to let their parents acquaint, and they live together happily. This was the best decision to do because these parents sacrifice a lot in our life. These are the people who can go extra miles to see that their children are happy, to see that you get everything you want, to see that you don't lack everything you want. So if that person finds happiness also, please let the person be. Let the happiness prevail than the sadness. And I'm glad that this happened and everything went on well. So please, guys, if you have not watched Love at Dusk, please, you can never know who fell in love. This was a different story because we always see that single mother and single father, they find themselves loving each other. They found the children find themselves loving each other and they fall in love with each other. But this was a different thing, that the parents had to fall in love with each other, meaning that even our parents are humans. They have feelings. They have to find happiness in some way or the other. We don't have to limit them. So this movie was the best movie I found as a family movie, and trust me, if you have not watched this movie, run very fast, grab your popcorn, go and watch this movie. It's called Love at Dusk. I'll put the link in the description box so that you can tap in and go and watch this full movie and tell me what do you think. We should create happiness to our parents than sadness. If your parents have sacrificed a lot to you, let the happiness she has found into that short time be a lifetime happiness than you criticizing it. It's called Love at Dusk.